From the booth? Well, I can say this, that when I first originally worked on it, I didn't know that I was playing two characters. I only thought I was voicing Adachi. And at the end, towards the end of that session, when I was just about to finish recording Adachi, they were like, okay, so as soon as we're done with Adachi, then we're going to go through and we're going to voice the protagonist as well. and I was like, huh? You know, because usually when you go into a job, especially a game, you kind of have like a pocket full of characters, you know? So you kind of limit your range in different ways, you know, so it's like, this is where I'm going to keep this guy, just in case I want to do this. But I just thought I was doing Adachi, so I didn't think about that at all. I was just like, all over the place. Adachi's range was everywhere. And then when they said, oh, you're also the protagonist, I was like, ooh. So what does he sound like? Basically the same tonal range. I was like, is it the same character? No. The same voice actor? No. Okay. And then they were like, it's all just call outs and shouting. And so I was like, okay, I'll just gruff them up a bit. Maybe it won't matter. Until the anime came out. It didn't really matter. So then I had to make a real effort to separate the characters in the next part. Yeah. What would you prefer, Haruhi?
Hi.
Hi there.
It's been 2 years since I last saw you at AV, and of course,
Was it 2 years ago? Is that right?
Yeah, it was 2017. I remember it specifically very well because I was going through a really rough time, and I got to see you, and I was a complete mess, and all I needed at that point was a hug, and you hugged me for as long as I needed to at that one, because I was a mess. I was just the smallest little one here when I first started watching Power Rangers, and I was like, yes, this is what I like. I love this stuff. I love performing. I love art. I love all this stuff. And of course, now you voice Artemis from Sailor Moon, which is a show I love immensely since I was little. And I know a lot of people say oh, Sailor Moon is the equivalent of the girls' Power Rangers or whatever. Have you ever heard of that? As that a comparison or whatever?
I've heard people say that, but it's hard for me to get on board with that because I was on Power Rangers.
Yeah.
They're very different.
Yeah.
They're different, but I definitely heard that for sure. And I love voicing artists.
Yeah. I'm guessing this small one here is your daughter?
That's my daughter.
Oh. Can I ask her a question if that's okay?
Oh, all right.
First of all, what's your name so I can call her? Beautiful name. You think your dad's cool? Awesome. You think you're gonna be like your dad when you're older? Going to doing this kind of stuff? Maybe? Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Let me know.
Yeah, do you still want to be a scientist or a vet? Or does it change? It changes. She's highly intelligent. She likes to read. She studies martial arts. She's actually really good. She's advanced in certain styles. I don't know if any of you guys study the mental law, but she's very good at that. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I should answer you.
First question.
First, does everyone have 2 questions? That's my question.
When you heard that Devil May Cry 5 was being made, what went through your head after so long of not having a game and then all of a sudden just call you like, hey, we're making a new game?
Dude, I was excited. I was like, oh, sweet. Because, we did 4, and then that reboot happened, and I was like, all right, well, there it goes. I guess we're not going to get a 5, which was a bummer because I felt like there was so much more to tell in the story. I was like, but they didn't even get into Nero's story, and they kind of did, but they didn't really go deeper, and so I was a little bummed. So, and when I was in Japan with actually Ruben doing mocap on a pachinko game, snapped a picture of me and him and got in big trouble with Capcom because they were going to take it down or whatever. And I was like, because everybody thought it was Devil May Cry 5. our version coming back. And I was like, what? No, we're not doing it. I said, why does it matter if I post it? That's weird. So I took it down, and of course that made it worse. It made it look like I was hiding things, like we were working on 5. But then that kind of also made me think, wait a second. Are they planning a 5? You know, and then, a few years later, hey, so we're gonna do Devil May Cry 5. And they made us all audition for our roles. It was like 10 years later, so they thought we were like really old men. So they wanted to make sure that we could move and stuff still. And we could, so we got our parts back. Hopefully it doesn't take another 10 years then, because who knows, right?
And my second thing is, supposedly, there's going to be a Mega Man X9 coming out. And you've played Zero in Smash and the Marvel vs. Capcom series. So if they do make it, I really hope they cast you as Zero, because you are amazing as Zero.
Thank you. I hope so too. But it's not up to me.
Thank you for everything. You're awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. That's great.
Hello.
I don't think you're allowed to talk. It's like Disneyland. You can't talk. You just have to add those, like, what do they do in this? Oh, they go. They do that stuff. They go. There you go.
I just wanted to know what was the hardest martial arts move or martial arts that you've ever had to learn?
The hardest,
Yeah.
like most difficult to learn?
Or like the longest to learn?
Yeah, I mean, any martial art can take forever. It just depends on how much time you want to put into it. I don't know. Lately, I've been really into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and stick fighting, knife fighting is a passion of mine. Balintawak, there's a few different systems, so yeah, those are definitely things. They are difficult, but you put time and effort into anything, you can become good at it. But I don't know, that's a good question. I think it depends on the person too. Because some things just come to me. Some things are just like, I pick it up really well. But I know other people have issues, like if I'm showing somebody else how to do something, sometimes in my head I'm like, why can't you understand this? But it's really complicated if you haven't done it before.
Thank you, and keep rocking at everything that you do.
Thank you. Will you please dance your way